princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the CLIO Kill Cover Airwear Powder Foundation. This is my first ever CLIO product and I was very intrigued by the brand in general, but also their very limited colour range did put me off a little bit to start with. There are a fair few foundations that CLIO makes, but I decided to try the Airwear Powder Foundation and I don't even remember why I chose this one, but I did and here it is. So the product description says, Air texture, touching of sense of weightlessness foundation. Powder finish, smooth finish with a gloss. Cover lasting, professional powder, long wearing cover. This foundation comes in a pretty big box because it also comes with its own brush. The inclusion of the brush does push the price point up, but it is nice that it comes with the best tool to apply the foundation with. The brush itself is quite elegant and functional. It's very soft and fluffy, and it does work well for applying this foundation or any other liquidy foundations too. The foundation itself is housed in a square, lightweight plastic bottle. It has a squeeze applicator which disperses the foundation easily. I bought the lighter shade, which is 2 Lingerie. I really did debate getting 3 Linen for a while because it seemed more yellow in tone, which is good for me, but it definitely did look darker. In comparison to my perfect shade, which is NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, this shade is a little bit darker, but it's still pretty warm toned. The colour of this foundation is surprisingly nice on my skin. It looks really natural. This foundation is super thin in texture, which can make it really difficult to apply in some ways, but it does make it very easy to blend out. It is near impossible to pour some of the foundation onto the back of my hand because of the liquidy texture, so I either have to pour out small portions or sometimes I just pour it straight onto my face. I find that this foundation makes my skin look super smooth and it provides medium coverage. It really does feel lightweight too. I really like the way that this foundation makes my skin look, and it is the prettiest finish I've seen in a foundation for quite some time. It seriously just looks like pretty skin to me. I can definitely still see flaws on my skin, especially any discoloration for scarring or any active acne. The only thing I don't like about this foundation is that it clings to dry patches on my skin. I notice it around my eyes because this area does get quite dry during winter. After wearing this foundation for an 8-hour day, this foundation holds up pretty well. There is a little glowiness through my T-zone, but I'm happy with the way this foundation wears. It doesn't cake up, rub off, or melt throughout the day, which is great. So I love that this has elegant, functional packaging. It comes with its own brush. It is a great colour for porcelain princesses on the warm side. It gives a beautiful smooth finish. It is very lightweight on the skin, provides medium coverage, and lasts well throughout the day. I don't love that you can't buy the foundation separately from the brush, which does up the price point substantially. There is a very limited colour range, and it clings to dry patches. I am pleasantly surprised with how much I like this foundation. I am obsessed with the way it makes my skin look. I am wearing it today and I absolutely love it. Of course you can see some of the flaws on my skin, but let's be real, everybody has flaws and I don't see them as imperfections. I really don't mind. But of course there are a couple of points that I don't love. The biggest point for me is that you cannot buy this foundation separately from the brush. And if I was to repurchase the foundation like 2 times a year or something like that, I don't need all of the brushes. In fact, I don't even need the original brush. I think it is nice that it comes with a brush because it is good for applying the foundation, but I personally prefer to apply it with a cushion puff because it gives me a smoother, streak-free finish. The other thing that I am not a super fan of is the limited colour range. The lighter shade which I have fits me well. I think it is fine. I wish it was slightly lighter and slightly more yellow because that would suit me personally much better, which is totally selfish, but I'm buying it for myself, not for other people. But I don't think it really goes that dark either. The second shade just looks like a slightly darker, more yellow toned version of what I have, and the other one looks, which I think is ginger, looks only slightly darker than that in the swatches because Jolse has done swatches for one of the other foundations. So the colour range is really limited. It's quite compact and I would say it verges onto the lighter side rather than anything else. So I personally love one shade lighter, which is totally selfish, but it's not all about me and I can make do with the colour that I have. I would just prefer it to be slightly lighter and slightly more yellow. But otherwise, it's pretty safe to say that I am obsessed with this foundation. I really do keep reaching for it and I love the way that it looks on my skin. So it is a big thumbs up from me. So I would recommend the CLIO Kill Cover Airwear Powder Foundation to any princesses who are looking for a super lightweight foundation that gives a medium coverage and a beautiful smooth finish on the skin. Thank you guys so much for watching this review and I'll see you next time. Bye!